Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. According to United Nations and Pentagon officials, a U.S. man is believed to be in custody in North Korea after crossing their border without authorization. The man was identified as 23-year-old Travis King, a U.S. soldier who was touring the joint security area that borders between the two Koreas when he crossed the area's military demarcation line. Referring to the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, the UN commander wrote on Twitter, quote, "We believe he is currently in DPRK custody and are working with our KPA counterparts to resolve this incident," end quote. A travel warning has been placed on North Korea since 2015, warning American citizens against traveling to North Korea due to the continuing serious risk of arrest and long-term detention. President Biden and the Department of Education announced last week that they would cancel student loan debt for more than 800,000 borrowers. The federal department that automatically cancels education debt for those in the income-driven repayment plans that could total over $39 billion. The programs designed for low-income and service-based borrowers promise to eliminate remaining student loan debt after 20 years of consecutive payment. The Department of Education acknowledged it was not always keeping track, saying in a statement, quote, "For far too long, borrowers fell through the cracks of a broken system that failed to keep accurate track of their progress towards forgiveness," end quote. The DOE started notifying eligible borrowers last Friday via email, and debt is said to be wiped automatically within 30 days of notification. With the Federal Reserve raising interest rates and easing inflation rates, many economists are now dialing back predictions of a recession. Nearly 60% of economists said their main reason for optimism about the economic outlook is their expectation that inflation will continue to decrease. The Labor Department's Consumer Price Index climbed 3% in June in comparison to last year, which was sharply lower than the peak of 9.1% in June of 2022. The Federal Reserve's preferred inflation measure has fallen from 5% in March 2022 to 4.6% in May. Experts expect it to reach 3.7% by the fourth quarter of this year, though that is still well above the Federal Reserve's target of 2%. Stronger than expected economic growth this year will also likely result in the Fed's keeping interest rates higher through the end of the year. The MSG Sphere turned on its 580,000 square foot LED exterior display for the first time last week as part of Las Vegas's July 4th celebration. The Sphere's projected LED fireworks, American flag effects, nature scenes, and some sci-fi visuals, as well as the moon, Mars, and Earth itself, spanning 875,000 square feet. The Sphere is the largest spherical building globally. The $1.8 billion Sphere began being built in 2018 and was finished just recently in 2023. Although the exterior part of the Sphere has now been lit up, the venue inside won't officially open until September 29th, with U2 being the first band to perform there. The outside of the Sphere uses roughly 1.2 million LED pucks that are set 8 inches apart across the entire exterior. Hollywood is in the midst of a double strike for the first time in 63 years. Contracts between the Screen Actors Guild and American Federation of Television and Radio Arts and the American Motion Picture and Television Producers expired on July 12th. SAG-AFTRA's national board unanimously voted to strike. They're joining the Writers Guild of America, who has been on strike since May 2nd. Their strike doesn't mean actors are completely banned from acting, but they can't perform work for struck companies like Disney, Netflix, and AMP-TP. This does mean that you'll likely won't see actors promoting their new movies or walking the red carpet at film festivals. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more after the break.
Attention! Attention!
What's going on?
It's summer reading time!
Woohoo!
Build it!
Create it!
Unleash it! Express it!
Free it!
Find your voice this summer at your library with reading programs for children, teens, and adults.
Welcome back. During the Town Council meeting on July 18th, Executive Director of BCAM TV, Wes Ray, took the podium and requested that the Council support a bill that is currently in committee at the State House that will address revenue shortfalls for public access studios like BCAM, related to cord cutting. Here's more from the Town Council meeting.
So as subscribers are leaving the cable industry, funding for studios like ours has been decreasing pretty dramatically. And if funding isn't somehow made up, if something isn't changed, our industry could disappear at some point in the future. So the bill that we're talking about it's a combined bill, Senate 34, House 74. It is an act to modernize funding for community media programming. And essentially what it will do is it will give the state authority to assess 5% of gross revenues on all the streaming companies that do business in the state of Massachusetts.
And I just want everybody to be aware, our meetings here tonight are being televised by BCAM. Our school committee meetings are televised by BCAM. Sporting events, all by BCAM. High school graduation, high school events. If there was a pickleball tournament, if you asked BCAM, they would probably say yes. There's not many things that I've ever heard somebody said BCAM wouldn't cover it for us. You're always there. And even with the little funding you had there before, you were bringing information, news, local government, local activities, the concerts at Sunset Lake that was talked about earlier, to the people at home.
This action to go to the State House and get the funding that you need, I think as a council, we should take a vote, and I'll make a motion right now and say that we fully support this, and if we could ask the president of the town council to sign a letter to give to West to take up to the State House, I think that would be very appropriate if no one would be opposed to same night action. But really, I fully support this, and I wanted to say thank you so much for everything you do for the town.
As current Braintree Police Chief Mark Dubois is preparing for his departure to Maine for a new job, Mayor Charles Kokora said the next police chief will be promoted from within the department. Dubois has been the police chief for 4 years and is leaving at the end of July to become chief of the Portland, Maine Police Department. With 159 officers and 59 civilian employees, the Portland department is twice the size of Braintree's. Kokora said in a statement, quote, "He's done a great job and handled a lot of difficult situations. It's an opportunity he had to take. It's a great loss for us and a great win for Portland," end quote. Historic New England, in partnership with their public library and the Braintree Parks and Recs Department, introduced a new 4-week program for kids called Arts in the Park. The program began last week, and the second event, I Like Myself, will start at 10 a.m. on July 25th at French's Common Playground, where kids will have story time, crafts, and a story walk. If it rains, the program will move to the children's room at the Thayer Public Library. If you weren't able to make it to the first 2 events, there are 2 more events that will be hosted by the program in the coming weeks. As of July 1st, those looking to recycle mattresses or box springs are now required to call Capital Waste before pickup. Due to post-COVID safety and new state disposal requirements, residents must bag the mattress they are throwing away. Bagging is to ensure more sanitary handling and protecting mattresses from foul weather issues. Braintree residents are entitled to a discounted bag of $5 per bag, and bags are available in king and queen sizes. For those hoping to purchase a mattress sanitary bag, you can buy them at the Braintree Town Hall Treasurer's Office, Water and Sewer Offices, 85 Quincy Ave, and Richmond Hardware. Always check with the store you purchase your mattresses and appliances from for free disposal options. For any questions about mattresses recycling, head to braintreema.gov/recycling. As of June 27th, the Nelson Chin Summer Concert Series at Sunset Lake are back for its 2023 season. The concert series are sponsored by Mayor Charles Kokoris and the Braintree Electric Light Department. Every Tuesday until August 8th, a new band will be featured at the gazebo on Sunset Lake starting at 6 p.m. Curra's Fancy, Studio 2, Gainesville Road, and Forever Fab already took the stage at the gazebo, but no worries, this upcoming Tuesday, July 25th, you can catch Mark Berger. BCAM TV will be covering the Nelson Chin Summer Concert Series, so just tune in to our public channels, Comcast Channel 9 and Verizon Channel 28, or on Verizon High Def Channel 2128, or you can catch it all on youtube.com/BCAMTV. Thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. We'll be right back with more stories in the area.
Take steps to keep yourself and your family safe from ticks and the illnesses they can cause. Use EPA-approved tick repellents on your skin and clothes. Read and follow the directions. Wear light-colored clothing to make it easier to spot a crawling tick. Check for ticks on yourself, your kids, and your pets anytime you've been outdoors. Some tick bites can make you sick, but finding and removing a tick properly makes it less likely. Call your doctor if you start to feel ill or notice a rash near the bite. Play it safe when you're outdoors.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. Now let's get right into more stories. Health officials announced another Massachusetts city detected West Nile virus in mosquitoes. Worcester marks the second mosquito sample to test positive for the virus in the state this year. The first positive sample coming from Brookline, according to the Massachusetts Department of Public Health. There have been no human cases in 2023 yet, and the risk level for West Nile virus remained low throughout the state as of last week. This week, officials are planning to spray in designated areas in Worcester where mosquitoes tested positive. West Nile virus is most commonly transmitted to humans through mosquito bites. It often causes no symptoms in the people it infects, but can cause flu-like illness and, in rare cases, more severe symptoms. State officials said recent rain and warm weather is expected to lead to an increase in mosquito populations. Starting this week, more shutdowns and service disruptions for repairs began on the MBTA. Monday marked the start of a 2-week closure of the B branch of the MBTA Green Line. Shuttle buses will replace trolleys between Boston College and Kenmore Station from July 17th through the 28th. The MBTA says during the shutdown, it will be able to replace more than 2,000 feet of track between the Griggs Street and Packard's Corner stations. This current work on the rails will be moved up after a trolley derailed near Packard's Corner last month. During the shutdown, shuttle buses will not service Alston Street, Griggs Street, or Packard's Corner for accessibility reasons. A new lawsuit has been filed against Harvard University over the mishandling of body parts from the medical school morgue. The lawsuit was filed last Friday in federal court. Robert Johnson, the plaintiff in the lawsuit, said his mother's remains were mishandled by Harvard and its former morgue manager. Johnson believes his mother's remains were one of about 400 that were mishandled by the former morgue manager, Cedric Lodge. Lodge was charged with stealing remains from the morgue and then selling them. Harvard declined to comment on the new lawsuit. 3 local South Shore beaches are now closed for swimming due to unsafe bacteria levels. Smith Beach in Braintree, Landing Pond in Duxbury, and Houghton's Pond in Milton are among 61 closures listed as unsafe by the state. The number of local beaches affected is down from 1 week ago when Quincy, Marshfield, and Hingham were also deemed unsafe. All beaches affected should have signage along the area. The mass.gov website states, quote, "When the water quality is unsafe, the beach is required to be posted with a sign that indicates swimming is unsafe and may cause illness," end quote. The Conservation Law Foundation described the Four River Bridge area in Quincy as having unfit water to swim in, unsafe fish to eat, and an offensive odor that is dangerous to breathe at times. The nonprofit environmentalist group has notified Twin Rivers Technologies, which has a chemical manufacturing plant next to the bridge, of its intent to sue over alleged violations of the Clean Air Act and the Clean Water Act. The company acquired the former Procter & Gamble soap manufacturing plant in 1994 and is one of the largest oleochemical producers in North America, according to its website. Glycerin and fatty acids are made at the plant and contribute to the production of soaps, detergents, personal care products, pharmaceuticals, cosmetics, food products, and much more. The organization seeks monetary penalties totaling more than $11.5 million. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more in entertainment.
Did you know your teenager's brain is more likely to get addicted to nicotine than yours? The tobacco and vaping industries do. They target teens with their products and try to cover up the fact that there's nicotine in them. Talk with your kids about the real dangers of vaping.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. This week in entertainment, we have some streaming service news and 3 movie recommendations for you to watch. First in entertainment, for Netflix subscribers, the streaming platform is no longer offering their basic membership without ads in the US or the UK. With the basic Netflix membership gone, the 2 ad-free options are standard at $15.49 per month and premium at $19.99 per month. Plus, its standard with ads option remains available for members at $6.99 per month. If you are currently on the basic plan, don't worry because you can remain on this plan unless you decide to switch plans or cancel your account. Now in movies, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 follows Ethan Hunt, played by Tom Cruise, and the IMF team who must track down a terrifying new weapon that threatens all of humanity if it falls into the wrong hands. With control of the future and the fate of the world at stake, a deadly race around the globe begins. Confronted by a mysterious, all-powerful enemy, Ethan is forced to consider that nothing can matter more than the mission, not even the lives of those he cares about most. You can watch Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 now only in theaters. Next up in entertainment, The Outlaws focuses on Owen Browning, a straight-laced bank manager about to marry the love of his life, Parker. That is until his bank is held up by the ghost bandits during his wedding week, leading Owen to believe his future in-laws, who just arrived in town, are the infamous Outlaws. The film stars Adam Devine and Nina Dobrev. You can watch The Outlaws now only on Netflix. And finally, Bird Box Barcelona is the post-apocalyptic horror film directed by Alex and David Pastor. The film follows Sebastian, who must navigate his own survival journey through the desolate streets of Barcelona after a mysterious force decimates the world's population. Bird Box Barcelona is a spin-off sequel to the 2018 Netflix film Bird Box. The film stars Mario Casas and Georgina Campbell. You can watch Bird Box Barcelona now only on Netflix. That'll do it for news today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis, and thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.